the girl's eerie expression. The girl was frantically writing numbers. Even when stopped by the teacher, she refused to put down her pen, forced to stop before she could finish. The teacher put everyone's work in a time capsule, buried by a specialist at the school's founding ceremony. But the girl looked solemn, as if she sensed something. When the teacher turned around, she had suddenly vanished. Even by nightfall, the girl was still nowhere to be found. The teacher opened the warehouse door, only to discover she had written something on the wall. 50 years later, under the gaze of the school's faculty and students, the time capsule was retrieved. All the children received their drawings from 50 years ago. Only Casey's son received a page of numbers. He felt disappointed, even mocked by his little friends. After getting home, Casey saw this piece of paper. He didn't pay much attention, just casually placed it on the table, then poured a glass of juice, putting the glass right on top of it. When he picked it up, water rings pressed into the paper. The numbers within suddenly piqued his interest, so he grabbed a pen and wrote on the whiteboard, rearranging them several times, abruptly realizing this string of numbers actually corresponded to 9/11. The first few digits matched the date, while the last 2,996 was shockingly the death toll. He found it incredible. Immediately, he started writing again, following this pattern. Each set of numbers corresponded to a major disaster in the past 50 years. Considering this capsule had been buried underground for 50 long years, it meant that the little girl back then could foresee the future. She had been circling and drawing, but discovered the last 3 sets of numbers. Their times actually corresponded to the future. He was horrified. Casey called his friend over to study it, but his friend didn't dare believe it, thinking this was an overinterpretation. Besides, there were still many other numbers on the paper that weren't circled. These seemed to be completely meaningless. Casey was extremely anxious. Based on the numbers prediction, 81 people would die in a disaster tomorrow. He ignored his good friend, determined to verify it himself. Casey kept watching the news, wanting to hear where a disaster had occurred. But after watching for an entire day, there were still no relevant reports. He even fell asleep on the couch. His son's phone call woke him up. It started pouring rain outside. He needed to pick up his son from school, but not long after setting out, he got stuck in traffic. He happened to glance at the location, suddenly realizing something. Comparing it with the numbers on the paper, that string of cryptic numbers actually matched the coordinates. Casey was terrified. This also meant that the imminent disaster was right beside him. He hurriedly got out of the car, ran to the very front to inquire about the situation, but the traffic cop who was just talking to him suddenly turned and fled.